Have you ever noticed that the louder you talk about your dreams, the less you actually achieve? We've been told that visualization is the key to success. But what if your big vision, boards, and daily motivation are the exact reasons you're staying broke, tired, and stuck? In this video, we break down a timeless psychological trap through the lens of legendary samurai philosophy. You'll discover why waiting to feel ready is a deadly illusion, how modern neuroscience proves motivation is a lie, and the ancient Japanese secret to shifting from a frustrated dreamer to an unstoppable executioner. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to conquer laziness not through willpower, but through the rhythm of action. Section 1. The Trap of the Dreamer. Stop dreaming. Did you know that mapping out your big goals might actually be destroying your future? Most self-help gurus tell you to visualize your success every single day. They want you to build vision boards and write down your deepest desires. But modern psychology shows a dangerous truth. When you fantasize about the finish line, your brain tricks itself. It feels like you have already won the race. This is exactly what happened to a young swordsman named Takashi. He lived in ancient Japan and deeply desired to become a legendary master. Takashi spent his days gathering expensive scrolls about combat strategy. He loved telling his friends about the great victories he would achieve. He truly believed his massive passion would naturally make him successful. But when it was time to pick up his wooden sword, he froze. He told himself his mind was not clear enough, or that he needed to study more scrolls first. Years passed by in a flash. His grand plans grew larger, but his actual skills remained completely empty. Other students who quietly practiced basic strikes every morning soon left him behind. Takashi realized a brutal lesson. His beautiful visions did not make him strong. They made him completely helpless. This brings up a fascinating question about how we think. In Western culture, we often praise massive goals and loud passions. We love the idea of a grand destiny. But in traditional Japanese culture, execution and quiet discipline are everything. Which approach do you think is more powerful for changing your life? Do you prefer big dreams or daily discipline? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Section 2. Why motivation is a lie. Why do we always wait for the perfect mood to start working? We tell ourselves that we need inspiration before we can take action. If we feel tired, we choose to scroll on our phones instead. We believe that motivation is a magical spark that drops from the sky. But science proves this is a complete lie. Modern brain studies show that your brain does not work that way. Your brain actually hates spending energy on hard things. When you sit and wait for inspiration, your mind looks for comfort. It rewards you for staying on the couch because it feels safe. This is why waiting for the perfect feeling is a trap. It keeps you stuck in a loop of endless delay. The ancient masters knew this secret long before modern science. They never looked for a magical feeling before picking up their tools. Think about your own life for a moment. How many days have you lost because you just did not feel like it? You promised yourself you would start tomorrow. But tomorrow arrived, and the same heavy feeling came back. This happens because motivation is an unstable emotion. It changes with the weather, your food, or your sleep. If you let your feelings run your life, you are handing your future to a cloud. You cannot build greatness on something that disappears in an hour. Section 3. Miyamoto Musashi's Rhythm Versus. Sudden bursts. Many people today believe in the power of hustle culture. They think success requires giant bursts of manic energy. They work 20 hours for 1 week and then they completely burn out. This is a massive mistake. Centuries ago, the legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi discovered a completely different path. He did not rely on sudden waves of passion. Instead, Musashi focused on a quiet, unbreakable rhythm. He famously wrote that you should make your combat stance your everyday stance. This means your training should be as natural as your breathing. Musashi practiced his strikes every single morning, whether he was happy, sad, or exhausted. He knew that an intense burst of energy is easily broken, but a slow, steady rhythm becomes unstoppable over time. The samurai did not become elite warriors during dramatic battles. They became masters in the dark, quiet mornings of daily repetition. When you rely on sudden inspiration, your progress looks like a wild roller coaster. You have big highs followed by deep crashes. Musashi's way is different. It is like a heavy ocean wave that never stops moving. He did not wait until he felt strong to pick up his sword. The act of picking up his sword is what made him strong. If you want to change your life, stop looking for a lightning bolt of energy. Find your daily rhythm and protect it with your life. Section 4. Kaizen Nomi, the power of the 1% shift. The great masters often used a powerful phrase, Kaizen Nomi. This translates to mean only continuous improvement. It tells us to stop looking at the giant mountain peak. When your goals are too big, your brain gets scared. The distance between where you are and where you want to be feels overwhelming. This mental weight causes immediate procrastination. The samurai broke this heavy paralysis by shrinking their focus down to a single millimeter. They believed that a 1% improvement each day leads to massive transformation. If you improve by just 1% every day, you become 37 times better in a single year. That is the incredible math of consistency. You do not need to rewrite your entire life this morning. You just need to win the next 5 minutes. If you want to write a book, do not think about the 300 pages. Just focus on writing one clear sentence. This minor shift changes your entire relationship with work. It removes the painful friction of getting started. A small step requires almost zero willpower to begin. And once you take that tiny step, the gravity of laziness loses its power over you. The hardest part of any journey is always moving from 0 to 1. Kaizen Nomi is the ultimate tool to force your mind into motion. Stop waiting for a giant leap and focus on the tiny shift right in front of you. Section 5. Western Goal Setting versus Eastern Process Living. Let us look at a major difference between modern Western culture and traditional Eastern philosophy. In the West, society is deeply obsessed with the final destination. People care about the big house, the high salary, or the flashing gold medal. We are trained to love the trophy, but we often hate the actual race. This mindset creates constant anxiety. You feel happy only when you achieve the goal, but miserable while you are doing the hard work. The samurai viewed life through a completely different lens. They did not focus on an external trophy. Instead, they focused on the concept of do, which means the way. For a master swordsman, the daily practice was not a boring chore. To reach a destination, the daily practice was the destination. They found deep peace and spiritual meaning in the simple rhythm of cleaning the floor, sharpening the blade, and perfecting a stance. When you fall in love with the process, your laziness naturally dissolves. Why? Because you are no longer suffering through the work to get a future reward. You are finding fulfillment in the present moment instead. Western culture tells you to hunt for success like a tiger chasing prey, but the samurai culture teaches you to grow success like a gardener tending a tree. Which mindset are you currently using to build your future? Are you chasing a distant peak, or are you loving the daily walk? Section 6. The Secret Weapon. Action precedes emotion. Here is the ultimate secret that will completely rewire your mind. Action precedes emotion. Read that phrase again and let it sink deep into your brain. Most people live backwards. They wait to feel motivated before they take action. But the ancient warriors understood a profound truth about human biology. The energy you are waiting for is trapped inside the very movement you are avoiding. Action is the spark, and momentum is the flame. When you force your body to move for just 2 minutes, a chemical shift happens inside your head. Your brain releases dopamine because you broke the friction of laziness. Suddenly, the task feels lighter and the energy flows naturally. The samurai never allowed their temporary moods to dictate their physical reality. They knew that emotions are unstable clouds, but your physical body is a solid anchor. You do not need to feel like a warrior to act like one. This reveals a deep contrast in how different cultures handle personal responsibility. In many modern societies, we are told to always validate our feelings and honor our mental fatigue. If we feel uninspired, we are encouraged to take a rest day. But the samurai took a radically different approach. They believed that pampering your temporary feelings is a form of self-sabotage. To them, true self-care meant keeping your commitments, no matter how tired your mind felt. This brings up a massive question for you. Do you think modern society has become too soft by telling everyone to follow their feelings? Or do you believe the samurai approach is too harsh for the modern world? This cultural divide is exactly why so many people remain stuck today. Which side do you stand on? Drop your answer in the comments right now, because I really want to read your perspective. Section 7. Yagyu Munenori's Warning on Perfect Conditions. The great samurai teacher Yagyu Munenori once left us with a chilling warning. He explained that a sword that waits for perfect conditions will never leave its sheath. If you constantly wait for the absolute right moment, you will end up waiting forever. This is a brutal mirror for the modern world. Today, we do not call it waiting. We call it researching. We call it planning, organizing, or looking for the best strategy online. But let us be completely honest with ourselves. This endless preparation is just procrastination in a very fancy disguise. Our deep need for perfect conditions always comes from a hidden fear of failure. We tell ourselves that the weather is bad or that our energy is low. We say that we do not have enough money or enough time to start properly. But these are just beautiful lies created by your comfort zone. The samurai knew that true strength does not mean acting when conditions are perfect. True strength is the divine ability to strike when conditions are absolutely terrible. Think of the warrior standing on a muddy battlefield in the freezing rain. He cannot ask the enemy to wait for a sunny day. He cannot pause the battle because his muscles feel slightly sore. He must unsheath his weapon and fight with whatever energy he has left. If you want to build a business, write a book, or change your health, stop looking at your calendar for the perfect start date. Your perfect date does not exist. Unsheath your sword today, right in the middle of your messy life. Section 8. Identity over emotion. From I feel to I will. How do we finally break the heavy chains of laziness? The ultimate answer is to shift your entire focus from your emotions to your identity. Most people let their temporary feelings dictate their identity. They say, I feel incredibly lazy today, so that means I am a lazy person. This is a fatal mistake. The samurai practiced a completely different mental discipline. They built an iron wall between their inner feelings and their daily commitments. A true warrior does not look inside their heart to decide if they should train. They do not care if they feel inspired, bored, or deeply frustrated. They act simply because training is who they are. They captured this core rule in a profound daily mantra. I am not controlled by my fleeting feelings. I am guided by my permanent commitments. This single sentence has the psychological power to completely transform your reality. It takes the control away from your chaotic emotions. When you live by your feelings, you are always a slave to the moment. If you feel tired, you quit. If you feel bored, you lose your focus. But when you live by your commitments, you become completely untouchable. Strength does not mean saying, I really feel like doing this hard work today. True strength means looking at the obstacle and saying, I will execute this task, whether I feel like it or not. Stop asking your feelings for permission to build your future. Your emotions do not care about your success, but your commitments will save your life. Section 9. The 1-minute samurai drill for modern life. Now let us turn this ancient wisdom into a concrete weapon you can use today. We call this framework the 1-minute samurai drill. The rule is incredibly simple but beautifully effective. Whenever you face a task you want to delay, you must promise to execute it for just 60 seconds. If you need to clean your room, pick up just 3 items. If you need to study, read just 1 paragraph. You are not allowed to think about the massive project ahead. You only look at the 1-minute sliver of time right in front of your face. This micro habit works because it completely bypasses your brain's natural panic response. Your mind procrastinates because a giant task feels like a threat to your energy, but your brain cannot argue against a single minute. Anyone can endure discomfort for 60 seconds. The secret magic of this drill is what happens once the timer ends. More than 80% of the time, you will choose to keep going. Why? Because you already broke the heavy friction of starting. You triggered the natural chemical flame of momentum. Stop viewing your massive life goals as an all-or-nothing battle. You do not need to be perfect to win the day. You just need to be willing to open the book. Put on your shoes or open the blank document. Do not wait for a huge wave of energy to save you from your laziness. Create a tiny ripple of action yourself and watch it naturally grow into a massive tidal wave of productivity. Section 10. Unsheath your sword today. Let us face the final brutal truth together. Readiness is a beautiful illusion. You will never wake up one morning and suddenly find the perfect, painless moment to change your life. The dreamers will continue to talk, plan, and wait for the rain to stop. But the true warriors will step out into the storm and begin their journey anyway. They know that greatness is not given to the inspired. It is built by the disciplined. Leave the comfortable identity of the dreamer behind you today. You now possess the ultimate ancient secret to conquer your laziness. You know that motivation is a follower, not a leader. You know that tiny daily improvements have the mathematical power to rewrite your destiny. And you have the 1-minute drill to instantly break the heavy chains of procrastination. The sword of your potential has been waiting inside its sheath for far too long. Stop waiting for the right conditions and trust your commitments over your fleeting feelings. If this message struck a chord inside your heart today, do not let this energy fade away into silence. Smash the like button right now to show your commitment to the path. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly philosophy drops. Thank you deeply for watching until the very end. Now step away from your screen, refuse to look back, and unsheathe your sword today.